Hey yogis, I've just completed my walk, my hike, and now I'm ready to use that hike or walk as the warm-up to my standing poses series that I will teach you and take you through. This series is done on my deck, and I do it asymmetrical, so 1 foot on one step and one on the step lower. If you have a curb, that works really well, or a stairway that's wide enough to contain your whole body, like maybe the step up or down into your living room. So here we go. The first pose that we'll do here is a standing pose called side angle pose. I have my right foot on the upper step and my left foot on the lower step. The back leg is turned slightly inwardly, so that my knee, hip, and toes are at the same angle. So you can see I'm spreading my legs even wider so that I can get a 90-degree bend in my front knee. Right forearm to the top of the thigh, roll your right shoulder back and down, and then reach your left arm into the sky. Once you reach it up, and then you'll stretch it forward so that the tricep portion of your arm is toward your face. Reach long from your back heel out through your fingertips. If you want to add the bottom arm, give it a good stretch. Your right knee should not buckle in towards the grass in this case. It should move back toward the deck. Reverse your warrior. Stretch back. Try not to hang out in your back leg. Try to really fire up the muscles of your back leg like the rudder of a ship. And then straighten your front leg. Take a moment here and lift and lower the toes of your front leg. Moving into triangle pose, keep the right knee as straight as you can without over straightening it. So there's a sense of your right shin bone moving forward while your right hip is moving backward. Drag your back leg in a little bit. This is called extremely twisted triangle. I'm actually going to come down because I need my top step as like a block for my hand. So you're trying to bring your left hip around with you. Don't leave it back and up. Keep your hips square and only rotate your upper back. Breathe. Reaching forward with your left hand, we'll move into Ardha Chandrasana. So both hands down. Find your stability in your right leg. Maybe even square your hips for a few moments before you begin to open your pelvis. Open your hips. The right leg stands still into the earth with your right back sitting bone moving toward your left heel. Your chest opens wide, reaching up through your fingertips. This is a variation called Chipasana. You drag your knee in toward your chest, hold on to the top of your foot, and then re-extend your hip. Big stretch for your quadriceps, your psoas, your chest, all your abdominals. I like to look down at the earth while I do this to maintain my stability. Don't want to mess with my balance here. And as you come in, you'll take your lifted leg, your left leg straight back, all 10 toes facing forward, Parsvottanasana. Lengthen your spine, long spine. And we'll move into standing splits. Lift your back leg as high as you can. I like to call this where your butt meets your leg, lift it high. Finishing the series, all feet come down, chair pose. Tush goes back and down, and then really firm your butt and your quadricep muscles, the tops of your thighs, to stand up. Switching sides. Left foot on the deck, right foot back. Find your stance first. So reach through the outer right ankle. Bend into your front knee. Stack your knee over your ankle. Allow your right hip to wrap slightly forward at the same angle as your knee and your ankle and your toe. Extend your arm out straight into the yard and then stretch it overhead, tricep toward your face. Try not to let your left shoulder drop in. Roll it back and down. Outstretch both arms. Powerful shape, powerful pose. Either gaze down at your left ankle or up into the sky, whatever feels better on your neck. Really push and root through that left leg and move the right side of your chest away from your left leg. Reverse your warrior. Rebend into your front knee. This gives the inner thigh, the adduction. There's a sense of thigh bones moving towards each other, even though they're moving away from each other. Lift and lower that heel, stretching through the top of your ankle. I'm using my gym shoes here because my deck is not perfectly smooth. Notice that my right hip is slightly turning forward towards the deck, downward. There's a sense of that, and at the same time, there's a counter sense of the right pelvic bone moving towards the sky. So even though it looks like it's pointing upwards, there's a sense of it moving forward toward my left foot and a sense of it moving away from the ground. There's like a dual action going on in the back leg. We'll set up for the triangle pose variation here. Tailbone down, belly in. Sorry, I meant to say that I was moving into the twisted triangle variation. Hips are square. The right thigh is turning towards the left thigh, keeping the hips as square as possible. Lengthening the spine. The right ribs are turning under the left ribs. I'm going to come down a little bit lower here so that you can see this in a variation where you use your right hand on the upper step. Changes the sense of the left thigh bone plugging into the hip. It's a real sense of what's called joint proprioception there. Helps with coordination, helps with feeling your thigh bones firmly placed into your pelvis. And we'll step up into the standing splits. Remember, where the butt meets your leg, and opening into Ardha Chandrasana. The chest is what is turning open. The pelvis is not yanking open. It's remaining in its natural placement. And the chest is what is rotating here. Really reach through your knee toward the sky. Back to Ardha Chandrasana, re-stretch into the shape, gaze down at your hands, place your hands on the earth, and then bend your knee and square your hips. Stretch into your standing splits. And then to finish, we'll finish in this part of the series in chair pose. Feet to the earth, hips go back, sitting deep into your chair, and reach out through your triceps, through the pinky side of your hands turning towards each other. Tadasana, mountain pose. Breathe. Some arm sweeps. Increasing that sense of chi, of energy flowing upwards. Big inhale and grounding towards the earth through the exhale. Calming. Next series. This is an extremely twisted variation. It looks like my hips are trying to allow my left hip to move forward. No, no, no. The left hip is moving backward. We're trying to actually square the hips, trying to bring the right hip around. This is a massive stretch for your IT band, piriformis, outer hips. A little dynamic movement, bend and straighten that left leg. And now the front leg becomes the back leg. Reach it back, even pick it up and move it back like the rudder of a ship. Side ankle pose. Bend your knee, bend your knee. Move your knee toward your arm, your supported arm. Turn your chest towards the sky. Now this variation, stand root into your right leg. Root into your right leg before you lift your left leg out. Try to keep your hips steady and square. Firm your right glute. Maybe outstretch that right arm into an asymmetrical shape, and then return to Tadasana. Second side, right leg becomes the front leg. I'm not trying to mash my right big toe into the deck. There's a sense of pressing your foot into the earth, but not overdoing that. You want a sense of your outer right hip to draw back, to lengthen from the whole back of your right side of your pelvis down to your knee. You might even feel a huge stretch in what is called your fibularis muscle, the side of your right calf muscle. As we turn around, your front foot becomes your back foot. Asymmetrical side angle pose. Really reach from your pinky finger out through your right heel. Stretch and open your chest. And now we'll outstretch that right leg like a karate chop. Reaching out through your left arm, maybe adding that for balance. Firming the lower belly in, extending through your spine, and then coming up through your chair pose. Adding on, twisted chair. Keep moving that left hip back, bend your knees. So this is a variation of one hand on the upper deck, one hand on the lower, and moving into Parsva-Bakasana. You don't have to do it. Just play. And then we'll work on the other side. Back to chair. Hands into your heart center. Twist to the left. Open across your chest. Look down at your feet. Look down at your knees. Get them all square. And then just upper body rotation here. Hands onto the deck. I do one on the lower deck, one on the upper, and lean. Lean to the left. Get the shoulders even. Firm the belly here. Feet to the earth. Back to chair pose. Rise up in breath. Big side stretch. So I'm doing kind of like a upper body rotation. Upper body rotation. Pecs, pec minor, all good stretch here. Just working the energy through my body, throwing your arms down. I spread my feet a little bit wider apart, my legs apart, so that I can find a good stance. Squat and lean to the left when you stand. Squat and lean to the right when you stand. Squat, lean your hip to the left. We'll come back up on the deck. And these are just some dynamic movements to strengthen my lifting, my standing leg. The one that has to, from here, push down into your left leg to lift your right leg up. Climb, climb, and climb back down. So challenging for me. One-legged squats. Firm the belly and move through it. Last one. dig, dig, dig. It's very challenging for me because my hips are not as strong. Left leg steps back. And then use your belly muscles. Use your hip muscles. Pull that leg up. Dynamic movement is so strengthening, so good for the nervous system. Drag that knee up. Working on balance. Working on single leg stance here. Endurance. So much going on here. And come back to center, base of support. Stepping the left foot back into a squat. So the right foot is down a step and the left leg is on the deck. I'm coming into a crescent pose with my left knee bent. You can't really tell in this image, but my left knee is definitely bent. And I'm outstretching my left arm for a side bend. Wrap this into a twist. So the back leg, again, stays on the deck, the bottom leg's on the front, and you use the asymmetry to lengthen out through the whole left side of your body into your twist. Look down at the earth for stability, and come right back up into a crescent. Stepping forward. Second side, right leg goes back. Bend your front knee. Tailbone down, belly in. Left hand, right wrist. Side bend. Breathe. Work the breath through your body. Stretch into your crescent. And into your twist. Really lay the right side of your body forward and down. Outstretch through your back leg. Bring your hands into your heart. Stretch up. Massive stretch. And for a rest, belly in, legs up. Navasana. I'm going to turn on an angle here so that you can see what that looks like. Just the right leg bounces up and down. Bounce and up. Firm that belly. Lift your chest. Outstretch through your triceps, through your pinky fingers. Switch legs. Little tap, little reach. Move into a Purvottanasana series. Hips lift. And then outstretch your left leg. Look down the front of your body and see if your pelvic bones are even. Now I'm going to take my left leg and put it on the deck, on the bottom stair, and push while I lift my hips up evenly. This is a massive strengthener for glutes, hamstrings. Switch side. Right knee in, leg out stretches. Keep both hips neat, nice and square and even. And then right ankle touches, or ankle or heel pushes into the bottom step. Lift your heel, your hips evenly. Tush down. Hug your knees into your chest. Take a little break here. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Inhale through your nose. And through the mouth, exhale. Okay, seated squat, Malasana. My tush is sitting on that deck. I am just enjoying the support. Right arm threads through. The back of your right shoulder moves and presses into the inner right knee. Reach your left arm into the sky like a little airplane. Hook your left hand behind your head and turn your chest towards the sky. And breathe into your left ribs. Breathe. Make more stretch in your intercostal muscles in your rib cage. Outstretch your left arm, reach your right arm into the sky. Wrap your hand behind your head. Open your elbow towards the sky. Massive inhales and exhales. Take care of yourself. Hands to your heart. Squat. Get your butt up. Get it up. Get your butt off the floor. Get it up. Ooh, yeah. Prasarita. Prasarita Padottanasana. I like to do a little internal rotation of my thigh bones and knees. Feels good. Tadasana, mountain pose. So moving into another variation here for Warrior One, your back leg is trying to become neutrally rotated. It's trying to get the left pelvic bone, knee, and ankle around the corner. It may not happen. Left arm forward to guide that leg forward. Real bend in 90 degrees into your right leg. Twisted side angle pose. Prasarita Parsvakonasana. And then just do a little switch. Your tush can sit right on the edge of the deck into Skandasana. I like this little Qigong mudra. Makes me feel very powerful. And oh my gosh, move it to the other side. Bend into your front knee. Set up for side angle pose. Excuse me. Warrior One, Virabhadrasana. Reach your right arm forward, spin your entire right pelvic bone around your knee, your ankle, and then bend into your front knee. Arms up. Great day for favorite Dr. Seuss book. And then that right elbow is going to wrap. The whole right side of your body is trying to be extremely long here. Root through the outer edge of your right ankle. Wrap your right pelvic bone. Wrap your ribs, and then complete the series with Skandasana. So maybe your butt can go all the way down, maybe not, I don't know. Rotate your entire right knee and toes towards the sky. Add the mudra if you like. Okay, next pose. Place your left knee on the floor. Reach around with your right hand. I am not resting my patella. It ain't good for you, fella, to rest on your patella. Just kidding. You want the top of your thigh, not your kneecap, on that deck. And let's move around the corner and set your right knee. If you want to use a little pad, you're welcome to. I'm a tough chick. I'm going to reach back with my left hand, grab on top of my left ankle. Again, not on your patella. Big stretch through your quadricep muscle. Or wherever you feel this. Who am I to tell you it's a quad stretch? Come into the midline, and we'll move into Prasarita Padottanasana. I like a little internal rotation. Arms come up and over. If you need a strap, grab a strap. Bow your head in. Left hand down. Right arm into the sky. Another twist. Move your hips to the left. Come on, move them to the left. I double dog dare you. And now move them to the right. Play with the twist between your hips and your upper thoracic spine. So there you can see my hips are square. And now I'm going to ride the hips to the left. Open up. I'm going to bring my hips back to neutral so that I can feel the stretch in my upper back. Bow in and ride the breath straight up. Base of support, I call it base of support. Feet hip distance apart, base of support. Inhale, reach your arms up. And then exhale, bring it all the way down. Back to Navasana. I'm rolling my ankles. I've done a lot of work on my ankles today between my walk and this practice. Sitting in asymmetrical Baddha Konasana. Hips high, legs low. Let's breathe this out. May we all know the beauty of our own true nature. May we be the source of healing for ourselves and others, and may we be healed.